supposed to be the season of hope and new beginnings, but in our country, nearly 1 million children live in a dark, fearful world all year long because of neglect and abuse. But thanks to the work of Children in Placement Incorporated, there is hope and a new beginning for abused children. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and here to talk about Children in Placement and their court-appointed special advocate volunteers is Janice Calloway. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thanks for
How
being
are
here.
you? How are you?
Wonderful. I'm so glad that you're here to share this information
glad
with
to
us.
be here.
We mentioned about all the numbers of the children that are neglected, but what about here in Connecticut? I mean, what are the numbers like for the kids that are living here?
Yeah, in Connecticut, it's around about 6,800 of substantiated abuse and neglect cases.
And you know, Janice, when we talk about neglect and abuse, does it kind of run the gamut?
It does. It runs the gamut from birth to 18, from parents leaving their children at home unattended to serious physical and sexual abuse cases.
So set up for us, if you will, tell us a little bit about what your organization does, because you really do fill in the gaps.
Yeah, we do. We fill in the gaps with community volunteers, graduates to retirees, 80-year-old retirees. So we train community volunteers to advocate for the best interests of a child in abuse and neglect proceedings.
So if I came to you, Janice, and I said, I want to be a volunteer, I want to help out, what are you going to put me through? And then what is my role going to be to that neglected or abused child?
Okay, you're going to come through a 5-day training. It's 40 hours, 9:30 to 4:30. You're going to sit through training from recognition of abuse and neglect to cultural awareness, to the roles of a GAL, and then you're going to work with your coordinator in your specific court, and you're going to go into the courtroom and really talk to the judge and say, listen, this is what I believe is in the best interest of the child, which may be different than what the child wants.
That's a lot of children that we're talking about, 6,800, and these are kids that are kind of falling by the wayside because they don't have someone to step in and kind of fill in that gap.
Yep.
What are some of the instances have you seen? I know you have a young man that you've been really adamant about helping. What has been the outcome, and what are you seeing firsthand?
Yeah, it was tough. Initially, it was really tough to really try to get him into a correct placement. He was living with an elderly grandmother, so it was tough, but he's actually moving now into a group home, which is a lot better than where he was, and we're pleased. We're pleased.
So what happens to the children right now? We know that, again, you said 6,800 kids are abused and neglected. Where are they right now? Are some of them in foster care? And then what
Some
happens
of them
to
are in foster care. Some of them are in relative placements where they're living with a grandparent, or some of them are even in their home, but need services in their home.
And how long are they staying in foster care? Does it kind of tend to vary?
It does vary. Sometimes they can be in long-term foster care where they're in for years. Other times it's relatively quick where they can be released and adopted.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you all are finding right now? Because I know funding has to be a major issue.
Funding is huge. Funding is huge. But like the state of Connecticut, I mean, we're challenged in terms of economics, but we offer, Children in Placement offers a low cost, an effective way to advocate for these children so that they don't fall in the cracks.
So if someone's watching right now and says, I want to be a volunteer, I want to come in and help, how can they help you? Is it just as simple as money?
It's not just money. Money is definitely a factor, but you can volunteer your time. You can come into the office, and we have different tasks that you can do and different people you can work with. But we really want you to volunteer as a GAL, as a CASA court-appointed special advocate. GAL is guardian ad litem. We want you to come, and we need your resources, really.
So let's talk about requirements. What are some of the requirements that people need to ask themselves about?
Okay. You need to be 21 years old.
Okay.
You don't have to have any prior experience, although we have very experienced volunteers. But you really just need to have a willingness to help out a child in need. That's all you really need, and then you come into the office, and we have an extensive application process because it's such, it's such a hard thing.
Well, it's a gift, though, too. I mean, you're offering somebody to be a blessing into the life of a young child.
Right.
I mean, they're our future.
That's right.
What about time commitment? Are we talking a couple days a week? I mean, give us an idea of the time required for something like this.
Well, outside of training, which is, again, 5 days a week, really you can be a GAL on your own terms. You can, visit the child on your weekends or talk to people on the weekends or after you get off of work. We have full-time employees that volunteer with us.
Wow.
People who own their own business that volunteer with us. So really you can do it on your own time.
Well, I want to talk about this awesome upcoming fundraiser.
Yeah.
Take your time and walk us through it because, A, it's for a fantastic cause, but it's going to be a great night.
Yeah, it is.
Let's talk about your fundraiser. Tell us all about it. It's going to be called Cooking for CASA, right? What happens at this big event?
It's great. It's at Amarante Seacliff in New Haven. It's from 6 to 10. It's on May 12th. Tickets are $50, but people come in, there's some wine tasting, some great restaurants from around New Haven, and we have some of the best.
You're telling me. Yes, I know. But I want to say it again because it is at Amaranthi's, as you mentioned, in New Haven. It's May 12th at 6 o'clock. Tickets are just $50, and your number is on the screen. But it is going to be a dynamic day to kind of mingle and talk.
That's right. And see where the need is.
And see where the need is. And where do all the funds go? I mean, does it go right back?
It goes to Children in Placement to fund the Guardian Ad Litem program. We also have a youth empowerment component to Children in Placement, which is Connecticut Youth Alliance.
Really?
Yep. And we go and we kind of fund some of their work that they do. They do a lot of creative expression and digital media projects.
That's awesome. I'm so excited, and I wish you the best of luck with this. So people that want to volunteer, they need your help.
Yes,
once again, everybody, if you missed out on that and you want to catch it, if you come to our website, WTNH.com, and click on Connecticut Style, we'll provide the link because this is a perfect opportunity. Tons of people are looking for something to do with their time. And this is perfect.
Yes.
We're not going to preach to anybody today, though, okay, Janice?
I can do
Thank you so much for being here. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Really, we do. All right, everybody, don't go anywhere. More Connecticut Style coming up right after this. Stick around.